Hey, it's one of those things where it started again. Anyway, hi you guys. I was like, is it gonna count down? What is it doing? Hi, welcome with grace and gratitude. I invite you into my home. So it's been a minute since we had a little unboxing. It is so humid outside. My hair is like Rosanna Dana. I'm not even gonna try. I mean, I tried, but it's just like, and you know, when you like, I wear buns all the time, and especially when I sleep. So some days, like, I just can't do a bun. Like, my hair just needs to be like down, but it was just out of control. So anyway, happy birthday, Jessica. You know, spirit is funny. Life is funny. Being human is interesting. So today in real time is Jessica's birthday. It is August 29th, 2025. And she sent me a package a week ago. It arrived a week ago. But long story short, I couldn't get to town. Where I live, we're kind of like in the like unincorporated whatever. So they wouldn't deliver it because we didn't have a mailbox. I was like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a package. It wouldn't have fit in the mailbox anyway. But anyway, long story short, I was educated today by the postmaster. But it was actually really cool because so many things transpired, and I felt like I was meant to have that conversation with them. So all is well. But it's interesting that the package was meant to arrive last Friday. But between Alder's schedule and my schedule, the only day that I could go into town was today, on Friday, August the 29th, which is Jessica's birthday. But it doesn't surprise me because Jessica is one of the most giving, most generous people. You know, most of our all-stars, you know, I feel like all the people that come here, most likely you are, you know. But she's just such a giver that it didn't surprise me that I'm going to open her present on her birthday, because she doesn't really care about birthdays. And to her, it's like, I think she would probably rather me have a gift than herself kind of person, you know? Anyway, so drink some water. I'm getting like a really tight throat chakra. Interesting. What's going on with you guys? How is everybody doing? I know I'm really struggling right now, so I feel like this couldn't have come at a better time. So I am going to cut it open down here because I don't want to show either of our addresses on accident. So I'm going to cut it down here and leave the bag down here. The funny thing is, Jessica, I almost couldn't get it. So this is why I love Spirit too, because on the channel, if you ever look in my description box, I kept getting pulled to these readers that I don't even really watch or I don't even know about, and they all had like the same kind of thing, like a description about themselves. And I was like, do you want me to do that? They're like, yes. I'm like, okay. I didn't think that was important, but I guess for some people maybe it is. So it's another breadcrumb for somebody else. It's not always about us. So that's why if you look in the you know, about, you know, me or whatever, it says, you know, my sign and all that. But yesterday, or was it this morning, whenever it was, Spirit said, put your name in there. And I was like, what? And he's like, put your name in there. I heard this, like, you know, spirit guide. So I did it. And I feel like one of the main reasons why he gave me the package is I was like, dude, I have a YouTube channel. I'm like, so, because my legal name, I never had my name legally changed to Tallulah Kelly because it was like almost $500 in Oregon to do it. And I was just like, fuck that. I was like, I don't really care, you know, whatever. But I have been feeling like I need to, you know, like it's not me. It's like another thing I'm just dragging around that doesn't belong to me. So, I ended up having this really interesting conversation with the postmaster guy. And I said, she puts, I'm Tallulah Kelly, I'm Lula Kelly. I said, but I know on my license it says, you know, that, but, you know, I told him the whole story and everything. And he goes, he almost didn't give it to me. And then I looked and I'm like, it's me. I'm like, I'm even wearing the same hat. It was so funny. And he's like, okay. All right. And I said, I'm like, do you understand? He goes, no, I get it. And he's like, but you should look into it. He goes, it's not that expensive here. He's like, I don't think it's going to cost as much as you think it's going to cost you. But so we ended up just having this really cool conversation, and he educated me. So that's why I can get Amazon packages here, because people kept stealing the mailbox from this property. So my landlord was like, I don't fucking care, because he owns like 5 properties. You know, he doesn't live here full time. He gets his mail at his main property in another town. So he's like, I don't give a shit. You know, he's like, if you want a mailbox, put one in. But, you know, one of his other properties we lived on. So I said, can I just leave my address at that one just in case anything, you know what? He's like, yeah, I mean, he's like, I'll know it's you, you know? So it was really interesting. So I was thinking, it made me think that if you guys want to send me stuff, he goes, you know, you can just send it general delivery. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, just put Tallulah Kelly, you know, Port Townsend, and it'll come general delivery. And I was like, okay. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, that kind of makes sense. So if you want to, I'm going to put something in the description box. Now, this isn't for like, you know, whatever. It's just that I know a lot of you that money, I get this vibe that you want me to read for you, or you like coming to my readings. I feel your prayers, just so you know. And I'm abundant, always, you know, like things always come when they're meant to show up. You know, a wizard always arrives exactly when they're meant to. However, when he said that about the general delivery, I thought that makes a lot of sense. I think I'm just going to do that because, you know, let's put it this way. Maybe you make tinctures, or maybe you know what I mean? And you're like, you want to send me something that you already have, because money, it's like, I walk the old way, you know, it's like my bills will get paid. You know what I mean? Like things will happen. My electric will stay on. But if you want to send me something, or if you're an artist and you're like, you inspired me to make this for you, you know, I would love that. If you love to color and you want to send me a picture of something you colored, you know, that's like a blessing. It's a gift. It's all about the exchange of energy. You know, that was the number one thing I learned as a light worker and a teacher from all the teachers that I worked with. It's just always about an exchange of energy, always. So however that comes is how it comes. And like Jessica was like, I want to send you stuff, but blah, blah, blah. I'm like, use your pendulum. So if you're not sure, use your pendulum. And yeah. You know, I'm not one about things, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, if you feel like it's something that you want me to have, or sorry about that, that's our canopy. The wind's like really going right now, so the canopy's squeaking. But anyway, so there's that. So in future, just send it to Tallulah Kelly. Although maybe wait until I change my name, because he said, tell him to send it to Kelly Varma. And I go, I don't want him to send it to Kelly Varma. He's like, then change your name. So I kind of felt like that was Spirit's way of saying, like, it's time. I created 2 videos. I don't know if they'll ever have him show them to you. I don't know if they were just for me or for you. I mean, I was putting on a show as if it was for you, but it could have just been for me. I don't know. But I ended up going through a bunch of old stuff that I needed to go through. And I really laid Kelly Varma to rest, and I feel like she needs to like stay where she is. So, you know, maybe this is a call to you as well, you know, like, I mean, it just got to the point where people would say my name and it felt like nails on a chalkboard. I'm like, that's not my name. It's not my name. It's not my name, right? It's like, it's not my name. I'm like, I'm Tallulah. I've been Tallulah for 10 years. Going on 11 years, actually. In November, it'll be 11 years since I changed my name to Tallulah Kelly. And it's time. You know, I think the only reason why I didn't is because my current partner, you know, we're on a hiatus, kind of whatever right now, dating, not dating. I don't know what we are. It's really weird. So many fucking weird things are happening, you guys. So many weird, but I'm sure you're probably going through it too. Feel free to share below, or reach out to me, you know, if you'd like to work together. And I am on a sliding scale. Spirit is having me do a sliding scale, minimum 85, because they'll decide when, you know, whatever. And it's because I'm worth that. Otherwise, I have so much shit on this channel. Like, I mean, not shit, but I have so much spirit work on this channel. I have playlists. I have challenges. I have 28-day challenge, I think, a 10-day challenge. You know what I mean? So those are free. They are putting something together. I don't know what, but they are like having me change some things. So stay tuned for that. I think I may be getting a PayPal again, but I think they want me to get a different bank account. I feel like they're just like having me do everything slowly, like switching things over. And I feel like once, you know, because the truth is I do want to change my ID, but I guess another reason why I haven't is we've done so many work trades, and even though they've offered for me to put their address on my ID, I just, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess out of all the people, this landlord for sure, it wouldn't bother me, you know? But I don't know. I guess I've just been waiting until I was going to stay somewhere, you know? It's kind of a weird thing. I've also been thinking about just renewing my passport, because that's really more the truth of it. I'm a fucking gypsy, man. Like, it's just in my blood, in my bones. And but the fact that they're having people send things to me, I'm wondering if I'm, you know what I mean? Like, because there's this part of me right now that I feel like I'm in this like fight or flight thing. What should I do? What should I do? You know, talking. And then I've been realizing, because I've been talking so much to my old friend Bear and with my current partner, and just like working through things, and then like not seeing each other for a while and not talking for a while, and then like working through things and then talking again. And so I've been running the gamut. I don't know if you guys have been, but this eclipse season is no joke. And I feel like it's just going to keep going for the next like several weeks. So just like hang in there. Honestly, I feel like, I'm not exaggerating either, it's no mistake that like the goddess Taylor and the god Travis are having like this, you know what I mean? It's so interesting. I think they were engaged when they did the podcast, because when they were doing the podcast, I was like, I said it in one of the videos, but I don't know if I'll ever post it, but I was like, I feel like they're going to get engaged. Or I was like, no, I feel like they're engaged. So either he was nervous because he was about to ask her, or they just got engaged and like he was nervous because they didn't want to slip and say something because it was live, you know? I think 1.5 million people watched it live, but then now that's had 20 million views. It like broke the internet. It's like the most watched podcast like in that amount of time or something like that. Because all these people keep putting out, they're two really good fucking people marrying each other. They're like, it gives me hope. And I think that's what it is. It's like people need the fairy tale right now, because fairy tales are real. And we know that as light workers that we can make this beautiful place as beautiful as we want it to be. But at the same time, you know, we've the darkness and the shit before us. I mean, I realize like, I don't even know, like, I mean, there's obviously a strategic plan in place for some type of global takeover. It's so obvious. I mean, they think we're all fucking stupid, but it's so obvious, especially because I'm like, why would you fight so hard for it to go to a third term? You know, it's like, why are you fighting that hard? It's like, are you really that hopeful? Because I don't think he thinks he's going to live. I think he's got something tied in with that. They're trying to do that so that the Republicans can take over the government and take back, you know what I mean? And like, you know, push the gays and back in the closet, push the wishes back in the closet. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they're like fighting hard. They're not Christian. They're just fighting with the Christian coalition and using the Bible as their fucking weapon. So it's just very interesting. And I've just been observing a lot of shit and noticing a lot of shit. And everywhere I go, you know, having different conversations with people. Or, I mean, I just had this really cool conversation today when I was at the co-op, you know, with this beautiful soul. And I don't want to call them out because I didn't ask permission, but if you know who you are, honestly, they were like a person after my own heart. It was so, I was like, oh my, I love those chocolate, whatever she got, the chocolate peanut butter balls or whatever in the milk multiple, I don't know, whatever she got. I was like, yeah, those are fucking good. I'm like, I've had those. And she's like, she said something like, I've had to resort to this, or she's like, I had to give myself a treat for this. For what they're just going through a really hard time. Like, they're just going through a really, really hard time. And when you're going through a hard time, and part of like what the hard time you're going through is with the people you're with. It's really difficult. So I was glad I can hold space for them today, because, you know, so many people have held space for me over time as well. But you know, that's what's going on right now. It's a spiritual war, and they've been trying to segregate us for years, trying to get us to hate each other. If it wasn't for our skin color, it was for who we love and who we have sex with and what we wear and what we look like, and you know, stay a clone, stay a drone, you know. And the more we dress funky and be ourselves, I really do believe that, you know, we are winning. And that's why they came in with gangbusters, you know, and this regime. That's why they did it that way. I mean, they are literally taking everything from the fucking playbook of Hitler. And now this kid just, you know, killed all these people, and they're saying, you know, they found things from Hitler, but now they're, you know, but the Republicans will say the Democrats planted it, the Democrats. I mean, it's just, the interesting thing is, I think it's just the imploding of the planet of all these democracies. I mean, Harry leaving, you know, UK and fucking coming to live, his mom, you know, is American. A lot of people forget that, that the Spencers may have started in England, but they, you know, lived in America for a long time. Diana Spencer, before she became, you know, Queen Di, you know, it's like she was. So anyway, there's just a lot of interesting things that are happening. I want you guys to keep your ears and your eyes open, your mouth shut. Just be the observer. You know, you know, right now in real time, we are ending August. It was a really fucking intense summer for a lot of us, a lot of heat. Right now, I'm like, it's so humid. I'm just not used to this. When I saw the humidity for the next week, I'm like, oh my God, the mosquitoes. I'm just like, it's not natural for us this time of year. But then again, you know, I never lived in this part of this area, and it's, some of these areas, it's like they get really marshy and swampy because we're so close to the saltwater, you know. We're between the mountains and the saltwater. So it's just, it's a very interesting place. Anyway, with that being said, I'm very excited to open this package. And let's just, you know, can you join me as we wish our beautiful sister Jessica a happy birthday? Are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jessica. Happy birthday to you. You're beautiful. Yay! I think Anna sent me something on her birthday. I think we did something on Anna's birthday before too. So let's see what we got. Now, she already told me, she's like, I'm sending you some things, then I'm sending you other things. And I'm like, whatever. But I think she has an on sale shop. And if you do, put the link to your store, Jessica. Put the link to your, you know, so that we can support you. I don't know if she has an Etsy store or an online store, or maybe it's eBay. I'm not sure. But anyway, what is this? What is this? Oh, cute. Oh my gosh. I love them. Oh my gosh. I love them. Look at how cute. These are super cute, really good hiking pants. These are so good. You know why I like pants like this? Because in the winter, it's like I can wear like big, thick socks and then like have my boots, and then I don't have to worry about tucking my pants in. Oh, and look, they've got drawstring. Oh, I love them. Oh, I love them. Oh my gosh. Okay, I will play with these later. And she's so cute. She's like, I washed them and eco-friendly, like blah, blah, blah. So thank you. So those of you, if you ever send me anything from edibles to food to anything. And just know, if you're trying to poison me or kill me, Spirit won't let me eat it. It'll either break in the mail on the way here, or I'll get it. You know, I always use my pendulum. You know what I mean? If I was meant to die that way, who knows? I don't know. But it would be on video. Although, yeah, I was going to say Alder would know. Listen to me. Because my brain goes there, and it's the shadow right now. So thank you, Jessica. That's exciting. I'm going to put them down here. Yay. Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? Cute. I love, you know what? Can I just tell you guys something? Growing up, I hated plaid, gingham, flower patterns. It just was not my gig. My mom said, when you get older, you're gonna love all that shit. She was fucking right. I do. Especially now. Oh, drink some water. Especially now, because I'm a mountain girl. And I mean, look what I'm wearing right now. So who knew? Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. This is a dream cozy. This is a dream cozy. It's got cute sleeves. Oh, sorry. It's got, I thought that was a sleeve, but still, I like both, right? I like both. I'll either wear it open, or I like when it gets cold, I can button it. Oh my gosh, so cute. But for a second, I thought it was like a bell sleeve. I couldn't tell, but it's so cute. Super cute, super cozy. Another good hiker. I love to layer when I'm hiking. Perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, I'm so excited. Ooh, I feel like I'm supposed to open that last. So I'm going in for this. What's that? Oh my goddess. This is when I really, really, really love spirit. Okay. I had a blouse almost exactly like this that I loved, but it was vintage and it was silk. It was beautiful. And it just started to fall apart. It was getting like pit stain. You know what I mean? Like, it was just really old. No matter what I did, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to save it. I wore that. It's like, I have some clothes that you guys have probably noticed when you watch me do readings. I have some clothes that I'm like, I'm ride or die, man. I will fucking wear that shit until it is literally like the other day, like one of my favorite things, like, it's just like, I'm like, no, but it was actually perfect the way it split up for rags. I was like, perfect, you know, and Alder uses rags all the time. So it's like, it doesn't go to waste, but oh my gosh, dude, I love this so much right now. And like, oh, it's good. Look at how much it makes my eyes pop. I love it, Jessica. I love it. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. Oh, Maeve by Anthropology. Very swanky. Oh, okay, you guys. And just so you know, I cannot wear polyesters or fake fabrics. My skin won't allow it. I'm a super empath. So if you do send me anything like that, it has to be like 100% cotton. It can have like 10% spandex, like, you know, maybe if it's like leggings or something that are like organic cotton leggings, and they're like, my body can handle that. But you know, my hoo-ha, she wants to breathe. My pits want to breathe. My skin wants to breathe. And same for you. If you can, do not wear, let me just tell you something. Sometimes I really think that one of the main reasons I went to fashion design school was because after taking textiles, everything changed for me. I look at every fucking tag, every single tag. And if it doesn't have a tag on it, I use my pendulum. And even then I still use my pendulum, you know, because maybe it's not for me, especially when I'm buying secondhand. You know, I've learned that it's not in our greatest and highest good just to buy something because it's cute, because you think you're going to wear it and it just sits in a closet. You know, it's better off, like, there's things that I'll be like, oh, and Spirit's like, you will wear that like once. No, we'll find you something else some other time, and I'll be like, meh, you know. But the truth is, usually when I give that up, something way better comes along. And I've had times where I like went against it and bought something, right? And then it's like a final sale, and then I go to the next store and there's something better. This has happened to me more than a few times, which is why I know now I listen when Spirit says no. Even if I don't understand it, my higher self knows. My higher self sees all. My higher self sees everything. It designed all this, right? We need to allow our higher selves to really lead the way and go with the flow, because it's like, they're like, I fucking designed this for you. You know, like, this is the way it was supposed to be. Like, if you get that, you're not going to, it's like, cool, go ahead, you know? And, I will never forget it, because I couldn't return it and I didn't have any more money, and I was like, oh my God. And I was short like literally like $12, which was what that thing was. And if I had just waited, I could have had that. And it was cute, it was whatever, but like, you know, those kind of things. So, you know, I feel like I want to start like a pendulum brigade where people are going to start using their pendulums more out in public. We have been put in this fear bubble, and I think it's the opposite. We need to go out and show people, especially Americans, you know, like, we're supposed to be this like land of the free and the brave, and we need to speak up more. If Spirit calls me to, I'll put a link in the description box, but I fell in love with this beautiful, beautiful angel. Her name is Birdie, and she has, she started her channel when she lost her apartment and had to live in her van, and it was, her channel was called Wayward Abode, I think. And now it's Wayward Birdie, and some people didn't like when she would talk about politics sometimes, so she refrained, and I could tell she was always holding back. and a lot of us like urged her to start her own channel, and now she started her own channel, and she is posting a lot, but man, she knows what she's talking about. And I love people who actually do the research and are keeping up on it, because they're like, where do you get your news? Like, where do you know, blah blah blah. And she's the first to say like, I got that wrong, or let me correct this. On this episode I said, you know, but they're on fire, and their channel's growing. Their second channel's like growing so fast, because that's what we need right now. We need, it's like, I'm like, dude, this is your fucking purpose. Like, this is what you were meant to do. You know, like, you may have, you know, got 20,000 plus people or whatever to support you, you know, and like her van broke down, and all of these people like chipped in and got her a new van, and this lady like gave her this ridiculous deal because she could. And I mean, it was just like, I mean, the online community right now with the van lifers, especially because they're trying to like knock out that van life. And, you know, people like me, us gypsies, like, they're trying to, it's like the more freedom we get and the more we're not paying into the system, they're like, we're losing millions. So that's why they're doing it. It's a whole fucking, and it's a global thing. It's a global thing. I mean, look at Israel. Like, I mean, all of it is so gross. I mean, I said to Spirit, I'm like, isn't it interesting what's happening right now? What happened to all those beautiful, you know, innocent Jewish people? And now it's like, look at Israel right now. It's like, I mean, there's just so much. And like, how can you fucking live with yourself what's happening in Gaza? Like, how is everybody, I literally can't. I had to stop. If you guys saw one of the posts that I did, I mean, that's why, because that's what happens to me every fucking time. I start to cry. I get upset. I'm like, my back is acting up right now, right? Because I'm just like, but it's also that kind of like, it's that rainy, like, it's hot. It's like cold. It's like, fucking, you know what I'm talking about, and the moisture, not my favorite. I left the Midwest for that. I came to the West because I wanted dry and arid, but I digress. Anyway, I love where I live, and I do live on the Olympic Peninsula, and it is a rainforest, so it's like I have to take the good with the bad. I'm at the edge of the rainforest. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool shit happening, a lot of crazy shit happening, a lot of intense shit happening, and they just want us to be very aware and to share and talk to each other, and, you know, not fuck around. Like, we're here to like to do some major shit. Okay, more presents. It's like it's my birthday, Jess. Oh my gosh, another one. I almost bought a smock vintage dress like this. I almost bought something like this, and Spirit said no. And again, I was like, dude, there's this really amazing secondhand shop in town. I love her. I love her style. She's got a really great little shop, and I cannot remember the name of it, but I will promote it next time. Anyway, but I saw something, and it wasn't even as, I got the chills right now, Jessica. It wasn't even as good as this. It wasn't even as good as, this is good. This is good. This is my, it's time for Bob Ross. I've been thinking I want to have a Bob Ross moment this fall. And this, you know, like I'm getting this vibe that I want to set up my little space to be like a fun little, like where I can just go over there and sew if I want to sew. I can go over there and paint if I want to paint. I can go over to my piano if I want to, you know. So it's really cool, and thank you, because I don't know if I would wear this for it, because it's really cute and it's nice. I can feel it's good quality. I don't know Cloth and Stone, but it sounds like a good brand. It feels nice. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, it feels buttery. It's as buttery as it looks. It's as buttery as it looks. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know what's so great about this too is this will be a really good sleep shirt. This is one of those shirts that I can sleep in it. I can hang out in it. I can like do a million things with it. These are the kind of clothes I like cool, fun, artsy clothes. Love vintage. I love vintage. People ask me my size, but you know, my size changes. I would say I'm anywhere. It depends. I'm anywhere from a 6 to an 8. I even got up to almost a 10, which I never thought I would, after my pancreatitis and I almost died and all that. I never thought that would happen again, but I wasn't healthy and I wasn't doing well, you know. So I'm always somewhere between that. I haven't been in a 4 in a really long time, but I'm really small on top. So I'm usually a small on top and a medium and bigger on the bottom. Because if it's something like a drawstring or so, you know what I mean? Like or something. And also remember, I am a designer, so I could always, I could add to it. Actually, if you're drawn to send it to me, send it to me, because it could mean that I'm meant to cut it apart and make it into something else. Okay, I don't know what this is, but oh my gosh, it's a cute little, oh my gosh, so cute. I think that's it. I just want to make sure before I cut the video. Yay. Okay, and I just want to make sure, is it in our greatest and highest good? Would Jessica be okay with me reading this letter out loud in front of the tribe? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, look at how cute she is. Love you mucho. Love you mucho. Oh my gosh, dude. You are the cutest of the cute. Oh my gosh. Love you mucho. Oh, hello, sweet sis star. With sis star and with a heart. Just a few items this time. In one of your videos not too long ago, I saw a paper you had that said cloth and stone. You know what? I swear to God, when I was going, I'm like, do I have something? Because I cut all my tags out. I can't stand the tags, so I cut all the tags out of my clothes, so I don't remember. I've had somebody come up to me and be like, some designer, and I'm like, because I do get designers sometimes, if it's there or whatever. I worked in high fashion for a long time. I used to get things gifted to me. I had a lot of like Michael Kors stuff when it was like Michael Kors, before it went into that. And who was the other designer? I had a bunch of his shit. He was really famous because I worked for him. Anyway, doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But that's really cute because when I saw it, I'm like, cloth and stone. I'm like, why does that sound familiar? Cloth and stone tencel. Yes, so you guys, tencel I think is a form of bamboo. So if you don't know what it is, and you're at a store or something like that, or secondhand shop, and you're like, that's really cute. I mean, let's put it this way. I do have like vintage dresses that are lining that are, but some of the vintage, the polyester was made differently. Like, yeah, it's made with chemicals. Just so you guys know, I took the class. When you watch a textiles video, watch how fabric is made. Like one of those kind of things. I think it's called something like that. I think it's called like How Fabric is Made. We watched this documentary in our class, and I was sickened. I was sickened by what they did to the silkworms. I was sickened by all of it. I was like, this is fucking gross. So I didn't wear silk for a really long time either. I was like, this is really gross. Some places though honor the silkworm. It depends, like some cultures, like they do honor, a lot of the Asian cultures do, but some of them, just because it's in an Asian culture doesn't mean they're not like, bad guys smoking the cigarettes. Do it anyway, right? Like we all know that they have sweatshops and things like that. And so, you know what I mean? It's all about like integrity. I just don't want to wear anything or own anything. There's times that I'll pick something up. I'm like, no, I don't even know. I'm like, I don't know where it was made. I don't know how it was made. And, and there's times that I'll literally see like children, especially vintage stuff. It's like, oh, fuck, So it's about integrity, and I feel like that's what they're trying to show us. They want us to become more aware of everything, even this, like, I'm not shaming you, Jess, but I'm just saying, like, I've been doing this too, where I'm like trying to like stop using plastics or any type of plastics whatsoever. We're in a lot of the predicament that we're in because of like the mass produced shit and why we're the landfills and everything. And it's like, that's why Gaia's pissed off. She's like, stop fucking burying shit in me. What the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like, I know it's all part of the process of blah, 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 but still, we're the breakers. We're the ones that are saying, no more. This is it. No more. She's not going to take much more. We're not going to give her much more. She'll digest it and turn it into, whatever. But you've seen like these videos, and now that plastic has been around long enough, people are like, wow, like that Tupperware is from my grandma from like the 50s. Well, now the 50s, not that long ago, is it? 75 years ago. Almost 100 years. Think about that. And those chemicals break down and they get into our system. They get into our food. I was watching this girl today, this young woman. I say girl because she was a young woman and she could barely walk. She was so out of shape and she was so obese, and she was carrying like some, sugar soda in her hand, and just, she could barely breathe. And it was just really upsetting, because she was just, it looked like every step was just like she hated her life, like she hated her existence. And she worked at the store because it's interesting. I mostly shop at the co-op, which is if you know what a co-op is, but it's, you know, like everything there, you know, all the food that is in that store is consciously, you know, it's voted on. We're a board of, we're a cooperative. Like we decide like what goes in the store, what doesn't go in the store. They have meetings. You can be part of it. You know, you can work there. In fact, today they're like, you know, hey, you've earned some dividends. And last year, Alder and I didn't keep our dividends. We just let them, we were doing okay. So we just let them, you know, go back in. And so far I was just like, well, if we don't have to, I'd rather it go back into the co-op, but I like that it's there, you know, in case we do need it or whatever. And I guess some people would say that's a poverty consciousness, right? Maybe I shouldn't. And I just realized, I just answered, I just feel like that was my own self that was like, that's it, right? Like we've got to get out of this poverty consciousness. Because I think that's like the 5th or 6th time they've asked me, because the first guy told me like over the summer, and I was like, oh. And it was really weird because the last time I was there, I didn't have enough cash. I didn't grab enough cash from Alder. He was in the car, and I could have used it. I could have just used it. And instead I was like, no, keep it. But I just realized that I'm doing that. But I look at it as like a savings account towards my food, you know, like for whatever, or if we don't need it, it could just go back into, you know, the co-op. But I feel like I need to sit with that one, because I feel like that just kind of sidebarred from this beautiful letter to like, I'm like, what just happened? But, you know, everything happens for a reason, because they just want us to be very consciously aware of what we're doing, because our subconscious takes everything in. You know, you may be standing in line and not even think that you're listening to a conversation between somebody, but you are, and you're taking that in. And so all that, then we internalize it, and then our brain puts it into the computer, and you know what I mean? And then it like goes into like files of like, is this my fear-based energy? Is this my light energy? And it's very interesting. So I feel like they're trying to get us to be more cognizant and more conscious about every single thing that's happening until you don't need to be. You know what I mean? Until everything's just like second nature, right? Like I go to that store, but then they have me go to the QFC because they don't carry they don't carry the same things, or they do, but like they'll have a really good sale or something. Or almost every single time I'm in there, in both grocery stores, I always have conversations with people. It's just like part of like my work on the planet. But it was really interesting today because I had this really beautiful encounter with this beautiful elder woman. And she was just like, I mean, she was just blown away. She was beautiful. She was breathtaking. I was like, you know, I think someone needs to tell you how breathtakingly beautiful you are. And she was like, oh my goodness. She was so cute. And she's like, you know, I'm about to be 80. And she's like, and she was telling me about this new makeup. And she's like, I feel younger. I feel pretty. And I'm like, you're beautiful. And I'm like, I'm so glad, you know. And she was just like, you made my whole day. And she was like beaming, you know. And this guy who looked sad, and his eyes were really sad, but his beautiful blue eyes were like just coming at me. And I was just like, wow. I'm like, don't you have the most beautiful blue eyes? And he was like, oh, you know, those little things matter, you guys. We're here. We're put as these little, you know, to lighten the load a little bit, just to bring a little sunshine and a little light to someone's day. This is bringing me sunshine. This is bringing me light, you know. And this isn't a diss. I'm just trying to get us to like spirits. You know, we are a collective, and we have to say as we, you know what I mean. Speak as we say as we, you know what I mean. Do as we talk as we walk. So that's very interesting. So, and I brought up that I've been doing it too, because I have, and I could have used something else, and I was just like, no, I'll use that, it's there. But truthfully, she probably did the same thing. She just used that because it was there, and it's keeping it separate from other things, you know, to make sure that the note, this is how thoughtful and caring she was, to make sure that the note didn't get wet in case the package or something, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's all there. It's just they want us to be more conscious. They are making plastics now out of disposed plant matter. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but they do. They are making them. And I know people are like, it's more expensive, but think about it this way. The only reason why this other stuff is cheap is because it's mass produced, because everybody's buying it. But if we all start investing more into things that are better for Gaia, you know, and not thinking about our money, we will be rewarded from spirit. This has been the message that I've been getting. So, okay. So in one of your videos not too long ago, I saw a paper you had that said cloth and stone tinsel. Oh, it could have been from one of the readings. You know how sometimes Spirit like has me cut things off from our little, we haven't done one in a while. Maybe I'll do one soon. Thanks, Jess. Good for the, I had that dress in my shop and decided to send it to you. Oh, if you don't want any of the items, please feel free to give away or sell. Oh, I have some stones I dug up, but they have been here too long and decided they want to stay here with their new stone friends. Yay! Next dig I will send quicker. No worries. For my sea serum, I need to send, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about your sea serum, thank you. I need to send when it is cooler, as it tends to separate. Oh, and the heat will make it weird. Totally get it, totally get it. Yay, love you mucho with a cute little sign. It's a handmade card, and I love handmade cards any day. I love your art, I love your stuff, you guys. Okay, so this says, ooh, this is exciting. Ooh, I got the chills. When I found this dress, it was 2 years ago, Year of the Dragon. When I saw it, I thought of you, of course. It never sold, and then it came to me, it was to be sent to you for symbolism. It's synthetic, mostly materials, so I don't care that you don't wear this. I couldn't wash it because it is new with tags. After you see the meaning, please feel free to resell it. I found it in a thrift store. When I found it, I think I hadn't watched yours or anyone's videos in 6 months or so, going through things. It brought me back to it. Better wording. Oh, and grounded me. XXOO. Oh, with the heart and little kitty. Cute. Bye-bye. P.S. I put it in a cellophane to not dirty the bag. Oh, you are just adorable. Thank you so much, because it's vintage. See? Everything has a purpose. Love it. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, are we ready? Oh, what? Oh my gosh, Jessica, it's so fucking cool. Oh no, dude, that's so cool. You know what? So this is a this is like one of those vintage, by the way, you guys, look at the back. This is one of those things too where I get from Spirit that I could wear this if I wore like a cotton vintage, which I have, dress under it. Because it's all about the fabric that's the closest to my skin. Now, I probably wouldn't wear it because I don't like things clingy. That's why you guys see me wear a lot of, like, I hardly wear any clingy things. However, I believe it might be one of those things where we have a shop in town. I forgot about this one. Thank you, Jessica. And thank you for being so thoughtful all the way around. We have another thrift store in town that has everything. The other one, she just has mostly like clothes and shoes and some jewelry. But that's pretty much it. Where this other one, she's got cool shit like my bell, you know what I mean? Like, she's got all that too, but she like has everything. It's like a fun, funky little thrift store. I love it. And it's by these sisters. I love it, these witchy sisters. Thank you, Jessica. So you know what? I've been wanting to go there, and they do consignment. And I've been wanting to do a consignment for them. I have 2 bags. And maybe I'm supposed to send something to you, Jessica, because I have 2 bags sitting in storage right now in the van that beautiful stuff, and I'm not meant to have it. So I'm like, it's either meant for her or it's meant for you, or it could even be that, like, you know, I mean, I still have my hopes that someday I'll have like a place where people can come and heal and all that. And it could be like, maybe it'll be like a little store in front where it's like, you know, like my friend Marcy and Schwab, where you give something, you get something, you know, that kind of thing. Except for hers, I think it's the membership, or you have to pay for it. But it could be something, you know, like that, where it's like, it's $12. But if you want to trade it for, you know, something that's $12, it's like a nice trade. Or maybe it doesn't matter, because I mean, we were talking about this in one of our other episodes where I said, you know, back in the day, I mean, yes, of course, certain things had more value, right? Like, you know, horns or hides or things like that, right? When they were trading animal skins and all that before this world took over. And, you know, you couldn't really, I mean, yeah, you could say, oh, well, it took me this long I had to kill the animal. I had skinned the animal. I had to, you know, treat it. I had to, you know what I mean? Like, I had to do all these things. But another person might just have a thing of seeds that, yeah, they cultivate the seeds, whatever, but it may not have been as a hardship. But at the same time, it's like when you're hungry, right? Like, you would trade, it's like, you'd be like, yeah, give me this amount of seeds, or give me this amount of corn, or, you know, whatever, so that I can make food, you know. But anyway, it's all about the exchange of energy. At the end of the day, it's just about the exchange of energy. Thank you, Jessica. Happy birthday, dear sister. We love you so much, sister. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. I'm super, super excited about my new clothes. And thank you, Jessica. So yeah, so I've been, there, I can totally see whatever tag you have on there. I'm going to leave it, because they tell you that you're supposed to tag your own stuff because it's easier for them to put it out, and then they just like write it down. So like, I'm just going to leave it. So you were called for that for a reason. I'll probably get a nice pretty penny from that. And I love that store, but I would much rather just like get more clothes from that store, you know, like I'd rather just like trade it in. You can get the money, but when you do I think the thing is with their store is if you do a consignment, then obviously like they take a cut. But if you want to trade, like they trade it for the what the item is. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, let's just say I was talking about $12. So if I put something in for $12, I would make 8 and they would make, you know, 4. But if I have something for $12 and they have something for $12, they'll let me just take it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really cool. So yay! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, and I love your letter. I love it all. Thank you so much. Oh, and I think it's really cool that today was the day and that we ended up doing this on your birthday. I mean, how cool is that? And it's also, what's today? So today's the 29th. So it's a 10-day. It's about completions and new beginnings. So maybe this is also like, you know, because what I try to do is go through my clothes. Now that you sent me this many items, then I'll go through and be like, okay, what do I need to donate? Because some things Spirit has me just straight donate. But like, we've been up in this area. Well, we've been up in this area for 3 years, but we've been in this area, Port Townsend area, like Port Hadlock. Like we've been in this area for a year and a half, I guess, something like that. Something close to that. And I have been wanting to put stuff in that shop for that long. I've been collecting stuff to put in that shop for that long. And now I feel like, you know, because I've been asking Spirit. Oh my gosh, I've also been asking Spirit of how I can have another income. Because I've been getting this vibe that I want to like do more, like to make money. And I want to do channeling circles again. And since I found those things, the journey to find your spirit animal, a lot of people have asked about that. And I kind of want to do that. And I feel like my channel is changing because they haven't been having me do moon readings, and I don't know if they'll have me do one. Tomorrow's the first quarter moon. So I don't know. So just stay tuned. Things are changing. Things are evolving. All 3 of my channels, this one, Lula's Labyrinth, and Baba the Great, are all changing. I still haven't gotten a cord for my laptop, but I know that's purposeful too. So I haven't been able to add Baba to my other ones, but my other ones are on Baba's. So I don't know. There's like all these like interesting things, and they'll have me make these videos with Baba, and then it's like, I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Lula's Labyrinth is like jumping in leaps and bounds. So there's definitely, the tides are turning. And for my fellow Jupiter planet signs, Sag, and I forget who's the other one. There's a lot of really cool things happening. I think Pluto as well in September, but I just got the vibe Sagittarius and Jupiter. There's just a lot of cool things are going to be happening for us and for the year of the boar, the pig. the year of the snake and the rooster. I think those are the ones I saw for September's just supposed to be a really cool month for us and a really lucrative month and a lot of magical things happening. So check the astrology for your own chart and your own sign and all that good stuff. But as you guys know, I'm like mostly Sag driven. So I just wanted to put that out there. And I've been feeling that. I've been feeling like things, you know, things are changing. Our channel is growing. Because I said to Spirit, I'm like, it took so long to get to 1,000, and then I thought I was just going to keep going, right? But I hit 1,000 when I was still with Bubba, and I said, I'm not ungrateful for only having 100 new subscribers since January. But what I was saying to Spirit was, you know, why? And they're like, have you been in the last several months with you? They're like, have you? Because I was going through Bubba's passing, still mourning the death of my mom, still mourning confusion with my relationship with Alder. And in the last several weeks, I've been under such confusion with my ex and Alder and like them coming into my life and me being like, what the fuck? And like, what's happening and why? But every day it's been different. Every day it's been different. Some days I'm like, I'm not meant to be with you. I'm not meant to be. But then I realized I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be with anybody right now. I think we're like, my friendships are where they're supposed to be. Friends with Bear and friends with Alder. And like, you know, not really like, you know what I mean? Learning more about me and focusing more on like my work and my purpose. And, you know, I'm a telepathic medium. I need to be here now. I need to be present. I think I've been going to these relationships because I'm somehow like equating that with like love or self-love, or like I feel like maybe you guys are on the outside going, by Jove, I think she's got it. You know, like you're like, we know, babe. We know. But no, seriously, like I have days where I'm like, I can't imagine my life without Alder. I have days where I'm like, I want to go be with Bear. I just want to be friends with Alder. I mean, it just goes back and forth and back and forth. And because it keeps doing that, I feel like Spirit's like, exactly, like just love you right now. And I love that both of them, and I'm not saying this to be like, you know, both of them have told me, you know, how much they care about me and love me, but they're like, I need to take care of me right now. I need to work on me right now, which actually made me realize with the fucking crazy implosion of the divine masculine kind of losing its fucking shit right now as the divine feminine is coming back in the right. They don't like it. They've, you know, the men have been empowered. The whole fucking planet is empowered by men. And for the most part, I'm saying the ones that are like, you know, the trigger happy ones, the ones that are like, you know, I love you, yeah, but I'll blow your fucking shit up. You know what I mean? Like, that fucking creepy, like, yeah, we co-created it, so we can't be mad at it. It's part of it. It's part of who we are. But at the same time, you know, we can't get it twisted. We need to be the observers and understand what's going on and just keep injecting that light back in. And so, you know, today I had something that happened with Alder and I was going to let it go. And it's interesting because Spirit led me to watch this reading from one of my favorite readers ever, Dee. You know, there are some readers I'm like, they hardly ever have me watch, you know, them anymore. And I'm like, man, but that's okay, you know? And then she had me watch this, well, she didn't have me, but I was going to do something on my channel and it was like just posted. It said 12 minutes, like it had just been posted. I was like, holy shit. And I was really drawn to it. And when I was watching it, some of it was like, you know, but it was just interesting. And then at the end, she said something that I got there, you know, to listen. And she said, if something doesn't feel right, or if something blah, 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 don't try and make things okay. If it doesn't feel okay, then it's not. So you need to say something. And so I had something that happened with Alder earlier. And I know that I was meant to, because I think I would have let that slide under the carpet. But I got the vibe that they were like, no, you need to talk about that, because that's part of like why you guys aren't, you know, on the same page. And I realized that like we're not in the same place right now. And I'm not like better or they're better or whatever. We're just not in the same place. And I feel like everybody really needs to just focus on themselves right now. Being in a relationship is just like extra work. I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like if you don't have to have the extra work, don't do it. For me, it's like, I know that these men have been placed in my life for a reason at this time. I mean, literally Bear's dad would not stop Henry VIII-ing me. Like, he would not stop. I couldn't. The night that I finally like followed the breadcrumbs and reached out to I didn't even have Bear's phone number anymore. I hadn't talked to him in like 9 years. And his dad led me right to his number, and he's not somebody who like puts his phone number out or whatever. It was just the way that everything happened, and I'm like, how would I have found that? Or so anyway, long story short, and then when I talked to them, I realized like I had to talk to them. They needed to hear these messages from their father that crossed over, because they didn't get to say goodbye, and they were like really beating themselves up about it, and they were so grateful. They're like, dude, I'd been like calling out to you, because they didn't know me either. They didn't know where I was, and I don't think he knew my new name. So anyway, but it all was like meant to happen, and I'm so glad that I can be there for him right now, and he's been there for me too in ways that Alder couldn't be there for me right now. But I was so proud of him when he said, I don't know what our future is. He's like, all I know is he's like, that I love you. He's like, I still love you, and I'll always love you, but he was like, but I'm not ready. He's like, I'm not ready. And he's not. I mean, he's about to embark on this, he literally just started his dream job that he's like been working his whole life for. And I'm not ready to give up my life to like go be with him. And I don't think I'm supposed to. I started to like really think about it and pick it apart. And I was just like, so I was like, and what's that part of me that's like wants to like, what am I doing? What am I clawing for? What am I looking for? So in my shadow, in this eclipse season, it's about finding that real love for myself. Even though I do love myself, and I say like, I love myself, Spirit's like, yes, but like, what are you looking for? In fact, I have to read this to you guys, because this came about so organically that I feel like I meant to Spirit had me write it down, and I totally fucking forgot that I wrote it down, and I saw it yesterday, so I have to share it. How to hold energetic union without external validation. That's from Magnetize Yourself. She's a great medium. How to hold energetic union without external validation. Think about it. You want to know why my ex and I love? Because we're like the same person. And his person that he was with for a really long time was so much like Alder. It was crazy. And I was like, isn't that interesting? Because when we're together, we're like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. We're like two little kids that's like, yeah, we can get lost in a love bubble. We can, we love love. We're both big romantics, like blah, blah, blah. Or like, just like the things he said, and just like calling me beautiful in the old like way that he used to treat me, the way that I want Alder to treat me. I mean, just all these things. And I'm like, I'm feeding my ego. I'm feeding like this old version of myself. But at the same time, I do deserve those things, and I do deserve, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's been a slippery slope. It's been a very interesting, because in theory, it's like, I don't know, would Bear ever catch up to me? I mean, he's 5.5 years younger than me. And we both loved love. But like when I was telling him, I'm a vegan, he was like laughing his ass off while he's like drinking a beer and smoking a cigarette, and he's like a fucking chef. Actually, it's kind of funny. He's like, no, I'm a line cook. And I'm like, no, you're a chef. And he's like, yeah, but I love being a line cook. I'm like, I know you do. So he's like, this is a new thing for him, because he's going to be like a chef, or he's like running the place, but he's the line cook. He loves it. He loves it. Some chefs, they don't like to actually like be in the action, but he loves it. He loves being in there, in the trenches, as I think he says. So, it's like he stopped trying to whatever, and now it's like things are just like flowing for him, and he's like, I feel like I'm meant to be in this like leadership teacher role. And I'm like, I totally believe it. I'm like, me too. That's what I'm doing on my YouTube channel. I'm like, it's the same thing. And I feel like Alder's in that too. Like he's in like we're just all in different places. And I think trying to force us all to like stay in these little boxes is just not working for any of us. So maybe that was for somebody else, but also, do we need the external validation? And if we do, why? I mean, of course it's nice to, like me, I was saying, I'm going around telling people, you look beautiful today. But like, with Bear, it was like, good morning, beautiful. Hi, beautiful. Hi, baby. You know what I mean? It was just always this like an all over me. And I loved it. Like, I loved it. And Alder is like, he comes home from work and it's like, hi. But we also had our cute little snuggle times on the couch. It's like, I know that my love bug is in there, But whatever he's going through right now, he's not wanting to be in that bubble with me. And I kind of pointed that out today. And I was like, that's okay. I'm like, you know, but also I'm in the place where if spirit was like, you need to leave and go there and blah, 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 then I'd be like, okay, tell me where I need to go. If a job opened up somewhere or I was being called, you know what I mean? I'd be like, tell me where to go. I do kind of feel like they want me to get my passport in order. So I don't know. I just got the chills. You know, if I'm meant to leave the country, maybe I'm meant to. Maybe I am. And maybe I'm done with both of them. You know, and maybe I'm just holding on to them like a security blanket. These are things that I have to, what is there to ponder, you know, but this is exactly what, you know, so this is, I mean, this is juicy. All I know is I'm not going to make any decisions until the fall, because I feel like the wind down of this summer and going into, you know what I mean? Like, so just breathe, go with the flow, don't force things, just take it one step, one breath, one bite, 1 second at a time. And if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Listen to your intuition. Today, I mean, I'm glad I listened to that. And then that whole thing that happened with that guy, because there was a time where I might have been like, it's me, like, don't be ridiculous, you know, whatever. And I said, send me to the best person. And the other lady knew me. I was just in there a few weeks ago, because something kind of similar happened and I had to go and pick something up from the post office. I said, I'm like, oh, my ID's expired or whatever. And she's like, I don't care. I just want to make sure that it's you. It's you. Okay, cool. Right. I'm grown. I'm not like some kid trying to whatever. And I had the like note saying like, pick me up, you know what I mean? So she goes, honestly, she goes, it's all about that. She goes, if you send somebody in to pick it up, she's like, most of the time we'll give it to them. She goes, but sometimes we check the ID. Because actually, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, and Jessica, there was a moment where he's like, oh yeah, he's like, that guy, I think somebody from your property came to pick it up yesterday. I go, what? I said, I don't think so. And he's like, well, maybe there was a thing there and you didn't know it. And we do have another family that's living here. And I thought, no, they wouldn't do that, you know. But then I was just like, you know, like it gave for a minute. And then I thought maybe it's my landlord or maybe either one of them, like, not that they did it maliciously. But, you know, anyway, well, I would say if he picks it up yesterday, it'd be malicious because it has my name on it. You know what I mean? So they could have walked it over yesterday. So then I'd be like, wait, you know? So I guess I was just kind of like, my antennas, you know, warning Will Robinson were up. I was like, I don't know, you know? But then I just got this vibe. I'm like, are you sure it was me? And he's like, well, there's not that many people out that way. I could have sworn it was in your neck of the woods, you know? And I said, well, it could have been our neighbor. It could have been somebody else. I'm like, there's 5 other houses around us, you know? And he goes, I'll look again. So I gave him like all the names, and I think that made it worse at first because I was like, maybe Lula's Labyrinth, maybe the Magical Medium, maybe Tallulah Kelly, maybe Tallulah Kelly, I don't know. And so he's like, look at my ID that says Kelly Varma. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm really, I swear to God, this is me. And I was like showing him everything. And then I told him the whole story, and I told you guys already. But anyway, so he comes back, he's like, no, I'm sorry. And I go, you know, I don't normally do this. I said, but can you look one more? Is there one more place maybe that you're not thinking of that maybe? And he's like, I looked in the 2 only places they would be. I'm like, okay. I said, well, I'm not, because I kept hearing, I felt like I heard Jessica's higher self being like, it's here, it's here, it's here. And so I'm like, would it maybe be? And he goes, well, sometimes the courier will keep it in his station. You know, he's like, but that was a week ago. So, and he goes back and he goes back with it and he goes, wow. He's like, you were right. He goes, you were right. He's like, you were right. I'm glad I went back. And I was like, I am a medium. That's really funny. It was really funny because it's true. I was like, I just got this vibe because like my spirit guides were like, it's there, it's there, it's there, it's there. You know, they're like, ding, ding, it's here, it's here, it's here. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm so glad I did. And I'm so glad I made this video because it was meant to be, especially for us to, you know, give some beautiful birthday shout outs. And feel free to put some comments below to birthday shout out to Jessica because she is, her and Anna, there's so many of you, I couldn't name you off, but like you guys really help. And especially on the Soulful Sundays when you guys come by, even when you're just like, oh, I stopped by, but you know, you were busy. It's kind of starting to feel like I'm open for business, you know, but then I'm busy. Anyway, I'm about to get cut off. I love you guys so much. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. Blessed be. Oh, bye. And I'll see you on Sacred Sunday.